it's gonna sound ruthless. Like, okay, like completely respectfully, like I'm a goofy person, but you just look a little bit too goofy for me. See, that's why I didn't want to say. Okay.
No, I understand. I get it.
You're not ugly though. That's the thing. Like, you don't look bad. I just am not into it.
Appreciate it.
Now, Philip, is Tatiana someone that's your type?
I would have to just know your personality.
If I show you this truth, is it gonna change you?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Marvin Kane, the older man, who does the reaction videos on Pop the Balloon or Find Love. Welcome back to our channel. Arlette is about to bring up our next single guy. And these are our 8 beautiful women.
There you go. Welcome in. What's your name?
Okay, so I like to give my opinion about the appearance, the body language, the movement of people, and in this case, the man, before they actually start to speak. So we'll see if we can have an idea of who they are. So here's a gentleman. He came dressed to impress. He's got everything on, from the earring to the brown shoes to the suit, 2-piece suit, and he's got a collared shirt. Yes, he came to dignify the women. So this, in my opinion, is a respectful man, someone that should be taken seriously. Now, his hair is a little bushy, and I can't really tell from this angle which style it is, but it's no doubt a neat style, and it's probably a current style that some people appeal to. Not my style, obviously. I'm not a hair guy. But he walked out very direct. He walked out intentionally, right towards Arlette. He took the microphone from her. He didn't look at the microphone. He just kind of like grabbed the thing, pulled it back to himself. So this man has a lot of confidence. Leadership, definitely leadership qualities. Husband material, definitely husband material. Why do I say that? Because he's standing straight up. This man is in the position to take the lead, take charge, but also very respectful at the same time. A lot we can read into him, but let's keep going.
Philip,
Philip, how old are you?
34.
34. And what do you do?
Now we see some questions, some things that make us a little interesting. So we get a better look at his hair. It's not the neatest hairdo, and he does have his shirt unbuttoned further down than should be expected. So player vibes start to come alive. So we see a little more of his personality. He's got the little goatee. It doesn't look like it's all trimmed up around his face. So this guy is trying to show off his chest, to be appealing, possibly chest hair, to be appealing to women. So he's out with a little strange message. So a little adjustment in our thinking. Maybe this guy is not as serious as we think. And we already heard a couple of pop balloons just now. So let's see what happens with Philip.
I'm the assistant track coach at Arizona State.
Okay, very nice. And now, what do you look for in a woman?
Fun, personality, just open to new things.
Okay, all right. And now, what are some of your deal breakers when it comes to a woman?
Probably being closed-minded, just not willing to grow, mature. I think that over the course of a year, in some way, you got to just grow in some capacity.
Okay, all right.
He's very nervous. He's out of breath. He needs to practice his breathing techniques, working in the athletic field. But all in all, pretty decent guy. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. We'll give him a chance.
All right. Now, Philip, what are some of the things you like to do for fun?
I travel a lot.
Okay.
I was in Philly last week. I'll be
Nice.
in Denver next week. I like to cook, roller skate, a little bit of everything.
Okay, very cool. All right, so we did get one pop balloon. Let's go on over there and see what's going on. All right, if we can have your name and age.
I'm Tatiana. I'm 25.
Nice to
And
meet you.
Tatiana, let me have you stand here, Philip.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you.
I said nice to meet you.
Oh, nice. Okay, I really did not know what you said.
I don't know if you guys caught it, but when he walked around, his suit, the tail part of the suit in the back, where you have the 2 pieces, his was still connected together. So this is not a guy who is really aware of how to wear a suit. Just throwing on a suit doesn't make it work, but he does have a nice, good fit. But it's still tacked together, so it's supposed to be separate, so it can flap a little bit. His stayed right together, and I could see that the material was still there. So not a lot of experience in dressing up.
like was mumbled. My fault.
Oh, no problem.
Tatiana, why did you end up popping your balloon?
It's not that like you're ugly or nothing. I just am not attracted, honestly.
For sure.
Like you look good though. Like that suit, you put that on,
Appreciate it.
but just not for me.
For sure.
Okay. And is there anything specific that makes him not for you?
I don't want to be like. It's gonna sound ruthless. Like, okay, like completely respectfully. Like I'm a goofy person, but you just look a little bit too goofy for me. See, that's why I didn't want to say shit.
Okay.
No, I understand. I get it.
You're not ugly though. That's the thing. Like you don't look bad. I just am not into it.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Now, Philip, is Tatiana someone that's your type?
I would have to just know your personality.
Okay.
If I show you this tooth, is it gonna change you?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
Let's go back over here. Ooh, I almost walked into y'all.
See his jacket? See the bottom of his jacket? And that's what I'm talking about. That's supposed to be moving, but it's not because it's still tacked. Usually, guys, you'll see guys that are not familiar with how to dress. They'll have the label on their sleeve. And you're like, dude, that was just for the store. So the store could like pick the brand that you wanted. So they needed the label, but you're supposed to cut that off. You're also supposed to open the seam on the back of the jacket so it flaps naturally. So it's a brand new suit. It's a brand new suit.
All right, so we do still have quite a few balloons left unpopped. So we are gonna switch it on over to you for the first round. I'm gonna have you eliminate 2 girls just based off of, what's really not your type or what you wouldn't really go for.
sure.
So let me give this over to you. And you can go on over and pop those 2, and then I'll come after you and ask you why we ended up popping. So just go ahead.
Right.
Okay, and one more. Okay, let's start right here. If we can have your name and age.
I'm Jador Styles. I'm 31.
Okay. And Jador, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
'Cause he looks good and he's very well put together.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And now, Philip, why did we end up popping Jador's?
I mean, honestly, you put yourself together very nice.
Thank
but
you.
I just think as far as attraction, just immediately just didn't really click.
Okay. Thank
Too
you.
much makeup.
You're welcome.
Now, is there anything specific that, I know you said the attraction didn't really click. Is there anything specific?
No. Mm-mm.
He just lost his
Let's
leadership
go down
role.
over here.
Should have said the makeup.
We can
you
have
doing?
your name and age.
Hi, I'm Micah, and I'm 33.
All right.
Nice
And
to meet you.
Micah, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
I had my balloon unpopped because I love his style. I love natural hair too, so
Thank
good
you.
looking on that. And yeah, I wanted to hear more about him, so I was wanting some questions to be answered. So
Okay. All right.
For
And
sure.
now, Philip, why did we end up popping Micah's?
I think just from immediate first impression, just not my type.
for sure.
Okay. And what makes her not your type?
I typically like slimmer women,
For sure.
but again, no offense. You look nice, and that's it. That's really it.
See, the question I have is why would he be direct and say he likes slimmer women? Because that's the obvious, right? With the other woman, it's clearly the makeup and that costume that she has on. He could have went in 2 different directions, but he didn't. He just, it's just initial attraction. Arlette was trying to get to what was it about the initial attraction that did not attract you? That woman has so much makeup on, you don't know if she's from the West Indies or from Pluto. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so Philip, for this next round, I'm going to have you ask the ladies a question. It's a question that's going to go to all of them, just to kind of help you narrow it down, see who you're more matched up with.
Okay. First question: do you have a relationship with God?
Okay, let's start right here with your name and age, and do you have a relationship with God?
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Brittany, and I'm
Nice to meet
28.
you.
And I do. I want to get more into my relationship with God and going to church and stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Your name and age, and do you have a relationship with God?
Yes, my name is Brenda. I'm 36. Absolutely.
Great answer.
Wednesday Bible study is a must. So yes.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
Your name and age, and do you have a relationship with God?
My name is Brittany. I'm 31, and of course, he's number 1. Yes.
Okay. For sure. Nice to meet
just don't see the whole relationship thing with this guy. There's so much emptiness. I mean, nice to meet you. Okay, great to meet you. All right. I mean, he's just so like mechanical. He's not cordial, jovial. He's not very interactive with these women. He's just taking information. Just seeing this crowd before, I really don't see a match coming out of this. And again, I keep saying it because I want you to understand I make a lot of mistakes. Just as many as I get it right, I get some things wrong. But I just don't see it with him. I don't see a match for this guy with his very stoic personality.
Your name and age, and do you have a relationship with God?
I'm Nova, and I'm 30 years old. And I do have a relationship with God. I would like to build on that. But yeah, I would say I'm more spiritual than I am religious. But yeah, I believe in it all.
Okay. So when you say spiritual, do you not subscribe to a specific denomination?
No, yeah, I don't. I like to study. I actually have a Quran. I have a lot of the different Bibles from different religions. So I like to study on them to really like understand what I'm believing. So that's kind of where I'm at right now in life.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, cool. Thank you. Now we did get a pop balloon over here. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping.
My name is Unique.
Nice to meet you.
I'm 31. And I popped because he asked about the relationship with God. And I was raised in a household where I was told that I'm a God, so I really don't go to church. I'm real spiritual.
Okay.
If that makes sense. That was why I popped. But I love the outfit. That's why I didn't pop. And I wanted to get to know. And you said something about being a track coach.
Yes.
You work with kids.
Well, grown kids.
Grown kids. I got grown kids. So that's what made me like really wanted to get to know more.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I will say, you know, there's a verse in the Bible that says greater than is he who is in me than he who's in the world. So God always dwells within us.
Right.
So to me, I'm not, you know, caught on like the denominations as much. I grew up in a Baptist church.
Okay.
But just having some type of relationship is what's important to me.
Got it. I wouldn't say grew up in a church, but I have went to church as I was young. My mom, you know, went into the spiritual side, so she kind of gave us the choice, if that makes sense.
For sure.
And yeah, so I don't really, I'm gonna have a relationship with myself. I feel like I'm a God, so I kind of think different.
Okay, understood.
Okay, all right.
See, you have to be a Bible reader to understand the Bible's message. The Bible's message is about a group of people honoring God's kingdom. That's the theme of the Bible. A lot of these people associate themselves as spiritual because they don't really want to follow the Bible's message on how you should act in relationships, things you should or should not do before marriage. So they want to be more spiritual and say, oh, I have a connection with God. He says it's okay for me to have this behavior. But see, the problem with that is there's no unity. So spiritual people feel certain ways about certain things because they can always say, well, this is God's message to me. So they're not in an organized manner when it comes to religion. These are challenges for relationship. You either are or you're not. Being spiritual in religion is better than just being spiritual with no religion. Just a point of view.
Thank you. Okay, so based off of those responses you got, I'm going to have you go ahead and pop 2 of these ladies' balloons.
Well, I think the first lady
Gotta
he's
pop
popping.
2?
Gotta pop 2.
Okay.
Oh, really?
All right, so why did we end up popping hers?
So
She's awkward.
you had a good response, and
Now you can see exactly what I mean. I'm telling y'all this. I want the guys to pay attention. If you're gonna wear a suit, look at the back of his jacket. See how it's not free flowing, how it's not flapping. Guys, you can't do that. You can't do that. It looks terrible. It's like you got a load in your drawers, and he doesn't. He just didn't pop that seam in the back so his tails can like flap naturally. All right, enough on that.
and honestly, all 4 of you pretty much said the same thing. So I don't really feel like there's a full justification on just, oh yeah, I just have to pop it, but I had to pick 2 people.
Okay. And was there their answers didn't resonate with you as much, or like what was it?
Honestly, I think your answer did resonate very well. So, I don't have anything negative to say
Not
against that.
making sense. Be a leader.
Did you want to add something?
Oh, no, I thought you were going to ask me why I came up with.
No, it's fine. All right, and why did we end up popping hers?
I mean, pretty much the same thing. I just feel that because I had to pick two, it's pretty much just the same. But I feel as far as what you said, it was not quite as in line with what they said.
Yeah, I agree. It wasn't.
Yeah.
They're not missing out on anything.
All right, so we do have
at
two
that.
ladies left. Ladies, do we have a question that we want to ask Philip?
I just don't see it.
Do you have kids?
No, I don't.
Do you want kids?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay. Now, do you have kids?
I do not have kids. I do want kids though. Yeah.
Okay. And where are you from again?
Ohio.
Okay. I can hear your accent.
Oh, I don't hear it, but yeah.
All right. And now, Brenda, do we have a question?
Yes. Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Kansas, and then I lived in Houston, Texas for 10 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. From Houston, too. I've lived there, too.
Okay. What
second-
part? What part of Houston?
I went to U of H, so downtown Houston
Okay.
was the spot. And you said you were there for 10 years?
Yes.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah. I got my master's from Prairie View.
Oh, very good. Very
Yeah.
good. Okay. Do you have kids? I think you said no.
No.
She just asked that.
Do you have kids?
I
Yes.
don't have kids.
She does.
I would like
Okay.
kids, but marriage first.
For sure.
I think that's all I have right now.
All right. Any final questions before you make your decision off of these ladies here?
For sure. So every day, what would you say drives you? Like, what do you feel your purpose is?
I feel like my purpose is
I think Red's gonna pop.
really just getting up, doing what I want to do, and chasing all my dreams. I like to do like content creation, so like TikTok, and I really am like big on that, and like trying to chase my dreams. I follow like my vision board, trying to do everything that's on my vision board to complete it this year. So it's just like that's what I wake up and look at every day, try to chase everything that's on there. So it motivates me.
Okay. For sure.
Good question. I'm a people person, so a lot of times I get myself involved with community service, things like that. My love language is acts of service. So with that being said, that pushes me to get to know somebody in depth. I know everybody is on a journey, so I understand that it does take time for you to get to know somebody. So my passion is understanding who you are and your core values in order for me to know
For sure.
where this is aligned, yeah.
Okay. All right. And then can I ask a follow-up to that?
Oh, yeah.
So you said acts of service. So
Yes.
do you feel adding value to people is something important to you?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's important because it helps me understand what your passions are. It understands the type of person you are and your values and morals. So I think it is important to, it's full circle. So you have to definitely be in tune with that.
Her tonage reminds me of Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston just has this beautiful tone to her voice when she speaks. It's not fast, it's not rushed, it's well poised, and her words just come out so charming. That's how she speaks. She has a beautiful, beautiful voice. This is a beautiful woman, both of them.
Sure. All right. Thank you.
All right. So we only have our two ladies left here. I'm going to have you eliminate one of them, and the
I
other
am
one
shocked.
will hopefully be your match. So I'll go ahead and leave the floor to you.
Yeah, I just figured that.
All right. Why did we end up popping hers?
And she's surprised. She thought she had it in the bag. But she's like so eloquent. He hears that slow beat. He knows this is too much woman. This is more woman than he can handle. She's a beautiful, wonderful person. She speaks quite well. But I want to hear what he says. I want to know if he's going to be honest. She's intimidating.
So, again, you had a great answer. I think what resonated with me, with you, was the vision board, because I have a vision board, and I'm very big on law of attraction, affirmations, manifestation. But that is really it.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Okay, Brittany, let me have you step on over here. Okay, so I have one final question. If there are no further questions between either one of you.
I do.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
So how do you handle disagreements in like a relationship, like arguing and stuff like that?
So I like to listen to understand versus listening to reply or just ignoring. So I think listening to try to figure out what the root of the problem is where I'd like to start.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. So is it going to be a yes for you for her?
Yes.
And it's a yes for you for him?
Yes.
We got a match! All right, I'll take this mic, and you guys can go on off.
I'm shocked. I didn't see it.
Yes! They're so cute! All right.
They look good together, but I did not see that. I just did not see him getting a match. I really like her personality too. She's kind of like she said, she's from Ohio. She's between that north and southern kind of style. She's kind of fun and smiling. And, I think we all have friends like her, people that are just pleasant. I was getting worried because she was asking that question on the chopping block, but it worked out. I could see that being a successful relationship between the two of them. They seem very much alike. So very nice. All right, folks. Well, if you agree with my assessment or not, I would like to hear it. Put it in the comments. If you have a better approach, better way of looking at this, yes, I would like to hear it. But guys, definitely listen. You got to get your seats right. You got to get your seats right. You got to get those things popped off that need to be popped off, and take off those little labels on the sleeve. They don't belong there. Impress the women with your dress. Definitely. So this has been a lot of fun, very educational, learning new things about new people. So again, my name is Marvin Kane. I am an older man, and this has been my reaction to the popular dating show, Pop the Balloon or Find Love. If you like what you saw and heard, share the video with a friend, family member, or even a stranger. And by all means, hit the comments button. Let us know how you feel. And as always, remember this.